Hi, welcome to this week's video card for Friends with Flair Friday. I'm going to be using the Life is Fabulous February 2010 Unity Stamp and Store Kit. It has this fun cafe kind of scene, and the sentiment says Cafe a la Friendship, and we're going to be doing that today. So let's talk a little bit about the papers I have. I'm going to be using this Georgia Pacific cardstock. You can get a big ream of it at Walmart, $5. It's kind of my all-purpose. I made this digital paper in Photoshop. I needed purple paper, so I had to make it because I don't really have a lot of purple. And this is a little Die Cuts with a View purple cardstock from their little matte stack. So let's go ahead and start with the center image here. It's about, I think it's 3 inches by 4.5. Not real sure, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. I'm just going ahead and laying it down and then trimming off the edges here. And I like to do this because it makes it even with the edge, and I don't have to worry about getting it cut right from the beginning. Using a Fisker's border punch. I believe this is the scallop sentiment. I'm just speeding up the video a little bit so for time's sake. And there's the beginning. We're going to go ahead and start stamping. I have a color box chalk ink in purple. Not really sure exactly of the color. I bought this little cat's eye a long time ago, and I think it's a little dry, even though I've never used it. So we're going and getting that little cafe scene down. It's so cute. And then grabbing the sentiment, inking it up really good. I guess I was a little dry. My sentiment stamped a little bit better than the actual scene. That's okay. Still looked pretty cute. I just love these Stamp and Store kits. And we're going to grab some ribbon, go ahead and just tie a knot. Grab it and go ahead and start your tie, and then take that back one and kind of flip it. Since this is a two-sided ribbon, I want to make sure that only the purple is showing, so I flip that back one and then I go ahead and do my second knot. And then just kind of play with it as you're tying that knot. Keep it pretty loose, and you can kind of manipulate it to make sure that the sides are out that you want before you give it a good tight knot. I kind of played with this ribbon a lot. I had a hard time laying it. I think in the end I ended up untying it and tying it again. I never know which way to cut. But that worked out. Okay. Here I am playing. I ended up putting a glue dot under there. And that's what that green tool is. It's a rubbing tool I bought a long time ago, and I'll grab my glue dot with that and then place it underneath. Now I'm grabbing my card base again, and I want to round the edges, so I grab my corner chopper and I use the 1/2 inch on the big pieces on just the top, and then I use the 1/4 inch side for the little piece. Quarter chopper is the most awesome tool ever. I love this. It makes such great round corners. And I'm just gluing it down. I use Tombow adhesive. It sticks really well, so I don't have to use as much adhesive. Kind of lining that up. And now we're going to grab some pop dots just to place on the back here. I don't know the brand of these pop dots. They're circular. I'll have to see if I can find it or not. But I like the square ones, but I always seem to run out of square ones. The big square ones. The little ones I have more than enough of, and that's my issue with the combo pack. I just want big Pop-Tarts. So I grabbed these because they're all large. They seem to work okay. Just going to center that. And then that little cafe scene seemed a little dull, so I grabbed my Stardust pen. It's a Jelly Roll pen from Sakura. Hopefully I'm saying that right. And I'm just coloring in the coffee pot and adding a little sparkle to the teacups. And there's little hearts in the actual, like the chair and the table, so I'm just adding a little bit of sparkle to that to give the little scene a little something. And that's it for this week's video card. Thanks for joining me. I hope you have a great weekend.